Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Daisy. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to sew a very easy fabric tote bag. And for this project, we're going to need several pieces of fabric with the measurements on the screen. I am using Denim Fabric from Scrappy Camel. They sent me some to try and it's perfect for bags. I'm going to leave you the link in the video description so you may go and visit their website. They have a beautiful variety of sewing materials. And let's start with the process. We're going to take the two pieces of fabric that measure 13¼ by 18 inches and the two 17 by 18 inches. Let's put them all together, aligned all of them at the bottom, and on the bottom corners we're going to cut two squares. These squares are going to be 2½ by 2½ inches. You can measure it and mark it with a fabric pen or pencil. What I do is cut two cardstock squares with those measurements, 2½ by 2½. It makes it easy because if we're going to cut more bags, we just grab the squares and cut. After cutting the corners, grab the two bigger pieces of fabric and put them aside. Now, grab the other two smaller pieces, the ones that measure 4¼ by 18 inches. Align those smaller pieces on top, secure them with pins, and we're going to sew on top, leaving 3/8 inch seam allowance. Remove the pins and iron. Now we're going to grab the two last pieces of fabric and prepare them and sew for the straps. And to make it easy, instead of the fabric, you may use seatbelt webbing. Scrappy Camel also sell it on their website. And for the straps, we're going to fold the fabric in half and iron. This to make a line in the center for guiding. Next, we're going to fold the side to the center and iron. When we finish on one side, we do the same on the other side. Then fold in half again and iron. Secure it with pins, top stitch on both sides, leaving 1/8 inch seam allowance. and do the same process with the other piece of fabric. Now we're going to sew the straps on the top. Let's grab the two big pieces of fabric, fold them in half, and iron. This to make a line for guidance. Then measure from the center 4 inches to each side and mark it with a fabric pen or pencil. What I do is fold it and iron it and place the straps on the folds. Let's place the straps sticking 1 inch out, secure it with pins, and we're going to place the other big piece of fabric on top. Secure the top with pins and sew, leaving 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. When sewing the straps, let's make sure we reinforce it. Sew it between 3 or 5 times. Remove the pins and iron it. Now let's unfold them all the way, and with the right side inside, we're going to put the two big pieces together and secure it with pins all around. We're going to sew all around, leaving 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Before sewing, we're going to mark a 6 inches gap on the lining, on the part that is going to go inside of the bag. And we're going to sew all around except on the corners and on the gap that we already marked. Now we're going to sew the corners. We're going to fold them like this, secure it with pins and sew, always leaving 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. We're going to do that on the 4 corners. Align the 2 parts with the stitches together. Now let's turn it inside out. Next, we're going to close the gap. Fold 3/8 of an inch on each side, iron it, secure it with pins, and sew, leaving 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. After closing the gap, we're going to place the lining inside and ready. Here we have our beautiful Denim Fabric Tote Bag. This fabric tote bag tutorial is very easy for beginners and up. On my next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to sew a more complex bag with pockets inside for your phone, cosmetics, and more. You may leave the tote bag like this, or you may decorate it using your personal touch. These ones are also perfect for customizing with iron-on vinyl. I invite you to visit me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my website, daisymultifacetica.com, where you can find a lot of tutorials, free patterns, and designs. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. Thank you for your visit, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.